Hi guys, we're going to work on meditating today to get into a place of financial abundance for 2026 or whenever you're watching this. So let's meditate today. Meditate with me. Let's get started. All right, so we're going to take 3 deep breaths. So breathe in on the count of 3 and breathe out on the count of 3. Breathe in on the count of 3. And breathe out on the count of 3. And on the last breath, you're going to go in and you're going to look at yourself. So breathe in on the count of 3. And then as you breathe out, I want you to go and look at yourself. Stare back at yourself. And I want you to start noticing where you feel a lack of control and a lack of abundance. And I want you to start looking in, and I want you to ask yourself here where these stories came from. Lack of control, the lack of trust, and feeling like finances, money, success is something that's hard for you to have. And then I want you to also call your inner child in and ask her why she's feeling, or he is feeling this way as well. Why are they feeling this way? What stories are they holding? And I want your inner child to hand you a book. And I want them to step forward and show you the book and show you the stories in this book of why you can't trust life, why you feel out of control, and why you feel like financial success is something that's meant for others and not for you. And I want you to take the book and look at these stories, and I want you to ask them, why do you feel like these stories are your reality and your truth? And listen to what your inner child has to say about why these stories are valid. And then tell your inner child that all of these stories are just written in a book. And I want you to close the book and show the cover. And the cover is written fables. And that these were stories written long ago by past ancestors and past people that have been retold over the years and throughout generations in this book of fables. And have your inner child look at that. And your inner child is looking at you and realizing these don't have to be my stories. Just because they're in a book does not mean that they have to be the reality I live in, and that I can choose a different book. And I want you to go and take your inner child to the bookshelf standing behind you and show them the bookshelf, and then pick out books of the success that they've seen of others and ask them, why are these stories not valid the way the other ones are? What if these stories become yours too? All you need to do is read them and believe that the stories that you're reading can be your own. And your inner child realizes that they've never thought about it that way before, and that they're willing to take on other stories of success as possibilities for them too, and possibilities of what's out there for them in their future. And as your inner child takes in these stories and realizes that there are other options and other possibilities, you look out and you see that there isn't obstacles. There is a road of obstacles in front of you to success. And you wonder, how am I going to get over these obstacles with this new story and the new stories that I'm taking on. And then your higher power comes through and talks to you and says, these obstacles are never meant to stop you. Your road in life has many twists and turns, and you can't predict the path entirely. And sometimes you'll veer off the path and you may take another road at times, or different roads, but they all lead to the same destination. And that every challenge just needs to be met with a new plan and a new strategy, and that every obstacle is a chance to just recreate a new strategy for yourself until you reach the desire of where you're headed. And you realize that as your inner child is reading these stories of other people's successes and imagining that that's their life as well, and then you see the path ahead of you, these obstacles look less and less like roadblocks that stop you from moving forward, and now become locked, kind of like locked gates. You see that there are codes and locks, but they're not shut. You just have to figure out what the code is to get through. And you look at these locks and go, how do I figure out what the code is to unlock these obstacles so I can move past them? And higher power tells you that you can create anything you want in this world, and you don't have to stay behind a locked door. You can either figure out the code and move through that way, or you can sometimes just walk around the door, or you can choose a new path entirely. It's up to you. There's so much free will. There's so many decisions you can make. So you stand there and wonder with the first door, do I unlock it? Figure out the code and unlock it? Do I walk around it? Do I take a new path? And then you make the choice that's right for you, and you realize that you never had to stand behind each obstacle and feel like it's a deterrent that will never let you move ahead. And it's always something that you can find a way to move around, move past, or work through. And that sometimes these are redirections, and sometimes you're meant to take a totally different road than the one you were given. And as you start to get the hang of adapting new stories of other successes as your own, and taking a new approach to every obstacle as a chance to go on a completely new path, or figure out a different way of problem solving the issue at hand, or realizing the obstacle is something you can just walk around and not even deal with entirely, you start realizing that this road was never something that you were meant to stay on, feel stuck on, and feel trapped by every obstacle, and that you get to kind of create the paths. You get to create the way you walk around it, the way you walk through it, and how you're moving through it, and that you can adapt these stories and create new methods of doing things as well. And as you start realizing that the world is more open in this way for you than you realize that the path to money is something that comes with this. As you build up your resilience and ability to move through life's obstacles, you notice that more money comes in. The more that your inner child takes in the stories of other people's success and realize these can be their stories as well, the more money comes in. The more you feel worthy of other stories and realize that these things are meant for you as well, more money comes in. And you realize that being adaptable to life's challenges and adapting to stories of success and feeling like these things were always meant for you, and that you can create whatever you want with all of these possibilities and options, and that you deserve to receive finances and money and resources in exchange for understanding how to move through things. More money comes to you. And then you realize that you've just always had to feel worthy of the journey all along, and that you've had to see yourself as somebody who gets to be successful too. And your inner child looks at you and says, I now see that I can be successful as well. And the path now looks like an obstacle game, an obstacle path, and you can kind of maneuver it the way that you want to and create the path the way that you want to. And the more you see it as a fun challenge, the more money comes in and the more opportunities come to you, and life becomes more of a fun game, and it becomes less and less of a hardship. And the lack of control and trust melts away, and feeling like abundance is for you just opens up. And as you realize all of this, your higher power moves away as they see that you're now moving into the space that you've always meant to be on. And your inner child now has new books that they hold and read about what success means to them. And with that, you realize that this is the mindset and this is the approach you need to take to make it and be financially successful, and that you are worthy of this success. And this new realization and understanding is something you're going to take with you. And as we count down, you're going to wake up and you're going to hold this new idea about success and take it with you. 3, 2, 1. Good luck on your financial successful journey of 2026, guys.